Husband was cheating. Now I'm lost on what to do. Advice. I, F23, found texts on my husband's, M24, phone. We've been married for almost 4 years and we have 2 young kids together, 2 years old and 3-month-old. A few days ago, I went on my husband's phone to get a code that was texted to him for our Sam's Club membership. I noticed a silenced text when I went into his messages and it struck me as weird, so I looked. He had been messaging a girl who was 18 and lived across the country. He was lying to her saying he was 20 and sending her pictures of himself from when he really was 20 and in better shape than what he is now. In the messages he told her he wouldn't be able to talk to her much longer, so I know he was planning to end it. They had been texting for just under 2 weeks. It was heavy flirting. No nudes or plans to meet or anything. I am absolutely crushed. I instantly packed bags for myself and our boys and left him to go to my mom's. Now it's been a few days and I have no idea of what to do. He has not stopped apologizing. He has changed his work schedule. He was working nights, which I hated. He has changed his phone number, deleted all his social media, and he is asking if I will go to marriage counseling with him to see if we can work it out. I am so lost. I don't know if he regrets being married and having kids this young, and if he wants to go back in time to when he really was 20. I just don't understand. He says he doesn't know why he did it and that he will never do it again, but I can't believe a thing he says. I just know I would have never done this to him, so how could he do this to me? Has anyone ever healed from infidelity? Have marriages actually worked afterwards? How should I handle this? Update 1. I'm leaving him. We have talked a lot. He admitted to feeling unwanted by me. He still wants us to try to save our marriage, but I just can't. I have compared myself to her every single day since I found out. He was putting in the effort and saying all the right things to me after I found out. I truly believe he regrets it and I truly believe he would never cheat again, but this pain is something I feel like I will never heal from. I am mixed with curly black hair. I have a mom bod and I am lucky to wear matching socks. She is white with straight brown hair. She goes to the gym every day and wears cute outfits. Although they only talked for 13 days and it never really went that far, I will always remember her. I decided to leave because our marriage would never be just me and him. It would be me, him, and her. So now I am going to prepare for the divorce process and focus on our kids. Wish me luck, please. Comment 1. I want to share a different perspective on this matter, if I may. First, I read your original post and I'm sorry this happened to you. It hurts, and I hope you heal with time. Cheating is wrong no matter what. However, do not blow up your life and your kids with a hasty decision as huge as a divorce. I feel like here on Reddit people are quickly validated when they talk about leaving their significant other. We will not be living your post-divorce life with you. You will be alone in it, and I hope for your sake that you have given it significant thoughts before going there. In this specific case, your husband messed up. Yes, he did. But does it rise up to rushing to divorce? I don't think so. You need to address a deeper underlying issue with you and with your couple. Your self-esteem seemed to be a concern for you. You just went through a unique and wonderful life experience many women dream to have, childbirth. You are expected to go through a new phase of beauty and a real one at that. Because what you see as shortcomings are actually signs of amazing beauty other women who are gym rats but haven't gone through this wonderful experience dream to also have. They see you with your kids and such a wonderful family you are growing, and they only wish they were you. Think about it, you are effortlessly beautiful with your wonderful family. And yet they are the ones taking selfies in front of gym mirrors to beg for affirmation from strangers. Who is truly dealing with self-esteem here? Not you. I want you to please take a step back and a breather before going down this road of divorce. He is not as mature as you, but I'm convinced he loves you. Give yourself and your marriage a chance to survive, especially if you know deep down inside that he loves you. Marriage is not easy and we all make mistakes. But the premise of marriage is knowing when to lift the other one out of a black hole, and in this case, you are the stronger partner. Go to therapy, revisit what made you both fall in love in the first place. Redefine trust in your relationship. Communicate, but please do not think for a second that the other young lady has something more than you do. Let him absorb this mistake and wrong path he took, but be his rock at the same time. He knows what he is about to blow up, and that's what matters. He did not seek a girl next door, and was living an immature fantasy you helped him snap out of. This is probably where your marriage should start and not end. Please consider this before going down that road. I support you 100%. At the same time, your happiness matters, and I'm not sure you have all the data points to think it will best serve you and your kids to call it quits so fast. Good luck to you. Comment 2. As a divorced person, and especially if it was only 13 days, don't do this. There are costs to divorce that people just don't talk about. Your kids will be devastated. You will be forever so much poorer. Biggest regret of my life, and he was way more of an AH. I had my time again, I would not file. Tell him to Google Beth Fisher and do the FING work. Why her? Because she gets exactly how traumatized you are, and make sure he gets it. His cheating was not about you. She makes him look at and understand his why. His rebellion, his entitlement, his stress of feeling responsible, his passive aggressiveness, his projections, indulgent mother, etc., etc. The things that drove him to split that do not involve you. Don't get divorced. Divorce is hell. The old people were right about that. Comment 3. I'm so sorry you are here. I totally understand your feelings. But you are still young and day was not that long ago. Your emotions are normal. He inadvertently touched a tender part in your life, your self-worth, and your self-image. His emotional affair, however, wasn't about you or any of your failures in the marriage to give him what he needed. The emotional affair is about his immaturity and self-centeredness. He was willing to risk his marriage and family for the rush of adrenaline from the sexting and the euphoria he received from her attention. It was like a drug addiction. On one hand, you caught it early before it progressed to worse. If he's serious about fighting for you, then he should commit to counseling to figure out why he gave himself permission to emotionally cheat and why he didn't set appropriate boundaries with this woman/girl, and why he risked it all for a fling. This was a wake-up call for him to grow up and man up by taking ownership. He then needs to learn how to redeem himself, reassure you, and rebuild your trust. Right now, give yourself some space, find your peace, focus on your healing. You are fine just as you are. Enjoy your children. Get your life in order. Whether you divorce or not is up to you. Whether you get counseling to navigate this chapter and rebuild your confidence is also up to you. Your old marriage is dead. It is possible to build a new relationship with your wayward husband if you choose to give him the gift of reconciliation. My husband and I spent 2 years apart after his day confession. He was incredibly remorseful and repentant. He did a lot of the individual counseling, and slowly we decided to try and reconcile. He wanted to reconcile all along, but I was hurt and reticent because I didn't want him to cheat again. He changed to become the husband I needed. We mapped out the kind of marriage we wanted to live and rebuilt. Still married 22 years after day. No marriage is perfect, but we're closer now than when we married. I wish you the future and life you want, where you are valued, cherished, and treasured. You've got a good head on your shoulders. Keep looking out for you.